Hey YouTube, it's Erica with Kroopin, Poopin, Scoopin, and welcome back to my channel. And this is my good friend Melissa. Say hi.
Hey!
Hey, hey. So if you guys are interested in hearing about goal setting, some tips and tricks, stay tuned. We're going to talk about vision boards first because they're fun and they're pretty. And Melissa is a rock star when it comes to vision boards.
I love vision boards. They're so fun. So I have a couple of them actually right behind us here. This is the first vision board that I did probably about 10 years ago. But what I love, you guys, is first you want to put down what your goals are. Write them down on a piece of paper first. Just write them all down. 1 through 10, 1 through 20, however many that you have, because it is important. And people who have a hard time visualizing things, or instance seeing them on picture, like Erica said, she's a list girl. You like to list things out. And so, you know, what is it? Just get it out of your brain and write onto paper first. And then what I like to do is take that list and picture what that looks like. What do those things on that list represent? And so you can take things out of magazines, go on the internet, jot down some things, pull off some words. Do you have a newspaper still? I don't know. Pull some things out of a newspaper and then cut them out and put them on a board, a poster board. So I did this 10 years ago, and to see all of the things, and that is the thing, you guys, your dreams and your goals are not going to happen in a second. So it can be things that you want to happen in a week, things that you want to happen in a year, things that you want to happen whenever, before you die, whatever your goals are, and then put them here. For instance, these were all my nieces and nephews at their age, and my one of my things with them is I wanted to take Lucas to go to Disney World so stinking bad, and I remember that. You remember that?
And I was thinking about that while you were talking. I was looking, I'm like, where's the Disney World?
There's a Disney World picture. So I used to tell Lucas while my sister was pregnant, I'm going to be the greatest day, I'm going to take you to Disney World. And so I had to put it in there. I didn't get to take this kid to Disney until he was 8 years old, but it was right on time. What better age to go to Disney than 8? And I earned that trip for free.
Heck yeah, you did.
Working hard, busting butt. So it's so cool to see, like, check, put a check mark there, done. I got to take my nephew to Disney World. There's a whole bunch of other things. I want to be a leader. 10 years ago I said that. Today, I'm a leader. I'm a nonprofit. I'm super excited about that. And so it's really cool to go back through and be able to check things off of your list. I want to leave a legacy. And then to put this somewhere where you can see it, so you can visualize it whenever you walk in. I know a guy who taught me about vision boards, and he used to work as a, I wanted to say electrician, but that's so not right. I hate when that happens. But anyways, he used to sit at a desk all day, and he used to take pictures of like really pretty vacation spots, because one day he didn't want to work there anymore, and he'd put them all over his cubicle.
I like that.
In his, so every day while he was at work, he would visualize, because visualization is so important for your brain, because you start working towards that direction.
Yeah, and you want to put it somewhere that you stand all the time, or you are all the time. So if you're in your vehicle all the time, on my channel, a lot of you that are watching this, you guys are pooper scoopers, so you're in your vehicle all the time. So if you need to put your vision board or your vision list, put that in your vehicle. Or if you hang out in the kitchen, or let's be real, put it in front of your toilet. Slap that thing in front of you on the toilet, because you spend some time in there throughout the day.
That's so true. Or you can find pictures while you're looking through the magazines.
Yes. But one little thing that I would suggest, though, that I had a problem with when I was doing the vision board, I went to the grocery store. Yeah, it was a grocery store, and I bought magazines. I spent $48 on magazines.
Whoa.
Yes, I wasn't looking at the prices. I was just grabbing magazines. I haven't purchased a magazine in quite some time. So, what? Like, that was crazy. So, reach out to your friends and family. Reach out to the older ones in your life, because I'm sure that they still get some magazines delivered.
I have a good suggestion too. Call your doctor's offices or the places
yeah.
that have magazines, because they're probably 10 years old, right? You've just been chilling there.
Yep.
And they probably have so many that they're willing to get rid of them anyways.
Just saying. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. It really works. So, and your vision boards you update all of the time. So you know, don't just think that it's in stone. Erica was telling me earlier that she had an issue with figuring out where to put the pictures on the board.
I was overthinking it, and it got too overwhelming, so I ended up actually scrapping my board, and I just wrote everything down on a piece of paper and like a super cute notebook that I'm going to look at on a daily basis. And I'm setting a reminder on my phone that reminds me to look at my notebook, because I get lost in the daily tasks because I'm all over the damn place.
Accountability. There you go.
It all goes back to being accountable.
Yeah, because when you say you're going to do something, you go do it.
All right, so on your vision board or on your list, do you put personal goals on there? Do you put business goals, relationship goals? What do you do?
I do it all. So look.
All on one board?
Yeah, look it. Check it out.
Here,
Down here's my dreams of my husband, my marriage right here, what I wanted in my marriage. Over here is going to be goals of vacationing, traveling. Those are personal goals that I have. Up here is $25,000. How cool would it be to make $25,000 a month? You know, or be able to donate $25,000, give back. So that's kind of cool.
You know, like, oh, here's 25 grand.
Here's some. Like, why not? So you know what? I would every kind of goal, and I would make sure that you have goals in all of those areas.
And it doesn't matter what the goal is. It doesn't matter if it seems like it's super outlandish. Who cares? Put it down. I have a goal. I know this might sound kind of crazy, but I want to make $1 million in 1 year. You have that goal too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's $83,000 a month.
See, she broke it down further than I did. I just said I would like to make $1 million in 1 year.
Be specific. Remember we were talking about being specific with your goals too? Don't just say, I want to make $25,000 a month, right? Take that. That's a goal. But now you got to break it down. How much is that a week? How much do I have to bring in? What do I have to do that? Because if you have a goal or a dream, it's not just going to happen.
Would you say that if you have the goal, you work backwards from it?
What do you mean?
So say, for instance, you're like, okay, $1 million a year, which is $83,000 a month. Break that down into weekly and into, I don't know if you want to go daily, if you want to do 5 days a week, 6 days a week, take 1 day off. And then how are you going to break your day up? What tasks throughout the day are tasks that are just busy work or tasks that are making you money?
Yep, that's so true too.
Because I love doing me some busy tasks.
Organizing?
Shuffling stuff around.
That's not, what is the word I'm looking for? Wait for it.
Income producing activities.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's what I would think.
That was good. I'm like, that was good.
I got some good stuff every once in a while.
You so smart, girl. But that's so true. And you can break it down like that if that's how your brain works, right? But the real thing is, okay, I broke it down, but what am I going to do? What do I have to do to get there? So here's another list. So now we have a goal and we have a dream, right? So now we have a list of daily activities, life accountability, things that we're going to do every single day to make that happen. So,
and if you're unsure, if you're just one of those people that are like, I don't really know what my goals are. I don't know what I want to do. I was very much the same way. It was too hard to think. It was too hard to be forward thinking. I couldn't. I don't know
like
what I want to do.
Long term, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do tomorrow, let alone today. How am I gonna figure out what I'm going to do a month from now, a year from now? But if you want to grow as a person and if you want to achieve things, you have to create the path. Like if you're just kind of wandering around, you're not going to get to where you're going. You're going to get to where the current is taking you.
Have you ever heard of Miracle Morning?
No.
Man, girl, I need you to, I know you're not a big reader.
I'm an audio person.
Okay.
I actually just downloaded the book called Boundaries. I was listening to that this morning.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to need you to get Miracle Morning,
Okay.
and maybe you can read it before the end of the year, which is kind of pushy, but...
Can listen to it.
Yeah, listen to it because it's so good. And so what it teaches you are success habits to do in the morning time for your goals and what you have in plan. So, like, you know how there's SMART goals? These things are intentional acts, if you will. Like one of them's journaling, which... Journaling is so stinking powerful, Erica. Do you journal?
I used to journal when I was a teenager. Then my dad read my journal, and I was like, oh, I feel so violated.
Really? And then you stopped doing
I felt
it?
so violated. Then I started writing my journals upside down and backwards, thinking he just couldn't flip my notebook upside down. But that's how a 15-year-old mind works, you know? Like, I'm writing in code. You're never going to know.
That's so hilarious.
So, yeah, after that, I just was so upset about that. I was like, I never want anybody to know my deep thoughts, which that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video.
Interesting. Okay, so...
That's mental health stuff right there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, journaling's one of them. Scribing. Exercise, which... Obviously, if you have your health goal, you want to do that. Reading words of affirmation is one of them. It's so important. There's a couple more that I am missing right now. Reading is one of them. And, there's another one. They're called the savers.
To do those every single morning?
Yep, and you take about an hour and a half, and it breaks it down into which ones need to be like 15 minutes and whatnot. But when you do those habits every single morning in the morning, those things are going to help you towards what your goals are, because you're intentionally taking time out of your day to work on those specific things. So here's something crazy. I've decided I want to read 21 books in 2021, and so I'm going to be able to do that by using my Miracle Morning 20 minutes a day, and I'm going to read 21 books in 2021.
All right, we're going to check back in at the end of the year.
That's accountability. You're going to have to hold me accountable
I
to
will.
that. That's almost 2 books a month.
You can do that.
Totally can do that.
Yeah, and it's important to be intentional with it daily, because you don't want to wait until October and like, I got 21 books to read.
No, and think about how much growth that I'm going to have by reading 21 books by the end of the year. Come on now.
And then also, like, I touched on that boundaries book, which I'm only like 15 minutes in, but it was already so powerful. It was learning how to say no and when to say yes, because if you're always out there giving everybody else all your energy and all your time, you're not going to have any energy to focus on yourself to achieve your own goals, because you will be so depleted. A lot of you that are watching, you have a family, you might even have a full-time job, and then you're also trying to start your side hustle on the side. It's like, when do you have enough time? Early in the morning and late at night when everybody goes to sleep.
That Miracle Morning.
Yeah, and it's important to get all your other tasks done, especially if chaos. I know a big thing at my house, if my house is messy or disorganized, or I have a lot of stuff in abundance, I can't think straight. And I can't focus on the things that I need to focus on. So cleaning, doing that stuff regularly, making your bed in the morning.
So important. That's the number one thing I do. Make my bed in the morning.
I made my bed every single day for 6 months up until my surgery. And then when I had my surgery, I haven't made my bed because I wasn't physically able to. And I got kind of upset with my husband because he wasn't making the bed. Well, guess what? That wasn't one of his goals. He didn't put that on his paper. I put make the bed on my paper. So I can't get upset with him because he's not
That's so good.
doing one of my goals.
That's so important.
That's the marriage stuff right there.
That's some marriage goals right there. And you know
That's
what?
another video.
That is a whole nother video. That's growth right there in itself. Goals.
That's a series.
Look That's
If you're married and you felt that deep down inside you, give this video a like.
Yeah, because
and subscribe.
That's real talk. That's got to happen too one day. So we have an accountability squad, and I'm pretty excited. And so what our squad likes to do is just share, goals and dreams. So if you have people around you that are, and they don't have to be the same goals. I mean, it helps. Like if you're on a health journey and you have somebody else that's on a health journey, you guys can hold each other accountable and you both win, right? So I just said, why don't we just get a whole group of people and we just be honest with each other, because that's so important. Be honest with yourself.
Yes.
That's huge. Because that's the first step you have to do is, these are my goals. These things I really want to happen. So there's this example that Google has that uses this jar with rocks, pebbles, and sand as an example. So if you take a jar, let's visualize for a minute. Everybody close their eyes now. And think about a jar, and that represents your life. You have so many things that you can fill into that jar, right? And so what it talks about is filling it full, the first thing that you have to do is pick out your big rocks. So the big rocks would be things like your health, your relationships, your time, right? Like, what are you going to do with that? So what would be your big rocks in your life, Erica?
Well, health. I think health is the main important one with me right now, because if I feel good, I'm able to do the other things that I need to do. And if I'm feeling good about myself, I'm going to want to achieve those more, because I'm not going to be like, oh, I feel like crap today. I don't want to go out and make a YouTube video.
Right. There you go.
So that's really important. And obviously my family, my marriage is so important. So doing little tasks and working on that. And then my business is huge for me right now.
That's awesome. So when you take those big rocks and you write those down on your little list, right? Mm-hmm. Because those things represent your saying and are so important to you, I want you to make sure that you put time into every single one of those things every single day. So even if it's like just looking at your husband for 10 minutes, because that's all you can do in that day.
I think it would be like massaging his arm. That's something he wants me to do a lot more, is like, he's a physical touch type person.
That's his love language, touch.
And not what you guys are thinking. But he literally just wants me to like massage his arms or massage his feet, because he works outdoors and he hurts all the time. And sometimes I'm like, oh gosh, I don't want to do that. But I got magical hands over here. If I could just rub out a couple knots, I'm sure he wouldn't mind doing some of the things that I've been asking him to do for the past year and a half.
I'm telling you, this is going to be huge for you right now. I want you to take 5 or 10 minutes every single day and work on that rock.
Yeah, even if I have to set a notification on my phone that says, rub his damn arm.
Dude.
Without him asking.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like we would love for them to like wash the dishes without asking.
Right.
Maybe
yeah.
we'll have to be the first ones to take charge. But that's what you have to do. And so you fill your jar up with the big rocks and put your time into that every single day. Then you take the pebbles, and the pebbles are going to be like your small tasks that you have to do. So your task, like it's an urgency. I have to take the kids to school. That's got to be part of your time, right? I have to go to work. So that's kind of urgent. I need those things. So your time has to go, and that takes out a big portion of your time, right?
And yeah, it does. But you could do things that are going to set you up for success. Like, not that you have to take the kids to school right now just because of everything that's going on in the world, but when it does go back to normal, having the kids get their shoes and their jackets by the door already kind of like ready to go the night before, instead of going to leave and you're already 5 minutes late and one kid's like, I can't find my shoes. And then if you know, you know. Yeah. If you know, you know.
And so the last thing is you have your rocks, your big things, your urgencies, which are going to be your pebbles, and then you fill the rest of the jar up with the sand. And the sand are going to be things like your distraction. How much time are you scrolling through the Facebook timeline?
That tickety-tock.
The TikTok got you.
I'm so bad about TikTok.
Social media things, right? Like where do you notice that your time is going?
Or worried about other people, drama that other people have in their life, that maybe you got that person that's so dramaful and you see them call, but you got something important to do, and you know if you pick up that phone, they're going to transfer all that negative energy onto you and your whole day shot.
Man.
You just don't pick up that phone call because you set boundaries and you're focused on your stuff.
And that's so important, to be focused on yours. So here's the thing. I tell you this because everybody has a jar, right? Everybody's living their life. And if you're spending your time on filling your jar up with sand and you're not paying attention to those big rocks that are in your life, you are going to be unfulfilled and you are not going to be happy, because that is going to be going against all of your moral beliefs and values that you have. So
what do you want your jar to look like?
What do you want your jar to look like?
You really got to think about that.
Put some time into all of those big rocks and then less time in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
It's deep.
It's so real.
I got a lot of work to do.
We all do, and that's the greatest thing. At least you can admit it. First step is being honest about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, and you know, like Erica, I know, is a hard worker. She runs her business. She goes, So if you put all of your time into your business and you're leaving all your other rocks unattended to, you can't have one big rock that has all your time, because that's going to keep you unfulfilled as well. That's what I know, because I've been there and I've done that. And I've also sat down and I've mapped out on my calendar specific things and times of what I need to do, because at the end of the week I'm feeling like I got things accomplished. I paid attention to all of the important things in my life, and now it's time for the next week to do it all over again. I paid attention to my husband. I made sure my dogs were okay. All of those things.
Oh, yeah.
I put time into my business. I did all of those things. And we're not going to be perfect.
No.
Either.
And the nice thing is every day there's a restart. If you didn't get something done yesterday, you can move it on to the next day. But you still have to be intentional in trying to do those, because if you keep pushing it off, and next thing you know, it's December 31st and you're like, oh crap, I have a whole list of things that I wasn't able to accomplish. You're not making progress. If you have a couple, one or two, that you're moving over from year to year, maybe you should make some adjustments with those.
Or find somebody to hold you accountable, because it's obviously something you want to do.
Yeah, it's true.
Like if it's something that you really want to do, find somebody to hold you accountable so that you do it if that's what you...
Or you need to figure out why you're not doing it. What's the reason?
Right. Is it really important to you?
Yeah. What's stopping you from doing that? Is it you? Is it other people? Is it just a for real unrealistic goal? If you're like, I'm a brunette and I would love to naturally grow blonde hair.
That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So your goals do need to be realistic. Mm-hmm. They can be outlandish, but they do need to be realistic. Mm-hmm. And you can't have goals. Okay, I don't want to say you can't. But you don't want to have goals where you're relying on other people either, especially if you're in a marriage. You don't want to have goals set up to where, with me, I would like to have a whole new bathroom. That would be an awesome goal. But I would need for my husband to do most of the work. And remodeling a bathroom's not on his goal sheet. Or paying for a remodel is not on his 2021 goal sheet. So him and I need to make sure that our goals are aligned.
Or you can just make so much money with your business that you just pay somebody else to come in and do it for you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
I could.
There's options.
Yes.
If your husband doesn't want to be on the bandwagon, he can have his dreams and you can have yours.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he wants his garage. He wants his garage to be fixed. So that's on his goal sheet. So.
Yeah, you can't be responsible for that either.
No, but I can. I would love to have a nice new garage.
No, you can.
Because Kroopin's Poopin Scoopin headquarters is run out of my house, and I have a little, if you guys have been watching my channel, I got a little rickety old cabinet in the garage it's hard to get to because kids' bikes and God knows what else gets shoved in front of that cabinet.
So what if you came together and you said, hey, 2021, I want a bathroom and we want to get this garage door thing, and then you both go figure out what the money budget is for that, and maybe you have to have no unexpected expectations. So you think that Josh is going to be the one to do it, but maybe if you were like, hey Josh, would you even really do this, or should I just hire somebody else to begin with? Then you eliminate the unnecessary irritation of your husband not coming through. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
So then you already know, like, okay, well, he's not in it to win it. I'm going to hire somebody else to do it, and I still get my goal.
Hire a professional that enjoys doing that.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you're probably going to get better results if he likes doing it. And, you have a professional.
Yes. Yeah. Like if he wanted his pants hemmed, he would hire a seamstress because I don't know how to sew.
Right.
And it's going to fall apart while he's out there climbing trees. And that wouldn't be good.
And don't expect me to sew your pants every day because I'm not going to be the one to do it. So
yeah. There's little stuff like that.
I hear you. That's so funny.
All right, we ready to wrap this one up?
Mm-hmm.
All Alright, we're going to wrap this up, you guys. If you guys like this video and it brought you some value, smash that thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, well, you know, there's a button for that as well, but don't do that. Hit that thumbs up. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, come on now. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. And until next time, bye!